to episode 6 of the simulator chat series. Got a fun topic in today's video, but before I jump into that, just wanted to give a brief overview of the video today. So this one's about 9 minutes and 45 seconds. This is me filming after doing an 18-hole round, 1 or 2 rounds on the day at the simulator, and they have a couple par 3 courses on the simulator. So the goal of this was to do the no putt mode and play the par 3 course, try to hit as many greens as I could in regulation, just kind of work on those 100 150 yard shots. But when I do these shorter series, I'll probably do more of a fun topic just because they're not as long form. So just wanted to spend the first minute and a half just kind of going over the format for the style video that you'll be watching on the screen. But now to jump into the fun topic, as you probably saw in the title, I'm interested in buying a golf course. So you might laugh when you hear that or think that's crazy, but it's just something that I've always talked about. I think I've mentioned it in one of these episode series early on, and the more I think about it, I think I'm just going to start probably doing more research and just start talking to some people and seeing what can come up. There's a lot of opportunities. So I can give an example. There's at least 2 to 3 courses in the area that I live. I know one that's on sale. It's on sale for about $8.5 million. The problem is it's in a retirement community, like a 55 plus community, and the golf course is limited to the members of the community only and maybe like guests. So I think it's that's a very cheap golf course for an 18-hole course, but you're limited in the amount of upside and growth and revenue that you can get from that kind of a course being in a 55 plus community. There's 2 other courses. One's a 9-hole course and the other is an 18-hole course. It's been years now and they've just not been in great condition. I'm not sure if the ownership is just sitting on it and happy to have it as an asset right now, or they don't want to spend the money to upgrade it and make the course in a better condition. Maybe there's just other struggles with finding people to help on the course, whatever it might be. But I think I might try reaching out to the owners of both of those courses and just see if any of them would be interested in or have thought about recently the idea of potentially selling or some sort of succession plan if they are older, and they might in the near future be looking to offload the property, and rather than maybe selling it to a developer to build homes on, being able to keep it as a golf course. And doing a route like that, I'd probably look at, there's a bunch of options. You have like owner financing, where you can finance it directly with them, especially if it's paid off completely and it's just fully an asset for them. You can take the loan out with the owner and give them a percent. You could offer to do like a basically a pay over time to buy. So you take over the ownership of the course, get a contract drafted up, and you offer them a royalty until the decided amount is paid off. Say that course I was talking about, it's $8 million. Say you offered them like 10 or 11 million, a couple million over asking price, but in return, if it's already paid off completely and they don't own any debt on it, you would just give them every year out of the profits of the course. You would give them, say, 50% of the profits that the course generates every year until their money is paid off. I mean, I've crunched some rough numbers here and there. I think roughly a golf course in the Northeast with sunset, sunrise varying throughout the year and everything, if you do 10-minute tee time increments, you can probably get about 29,000 tee times in a year. It's crazy to think about it, but if you actually sat down and did the math, it kind of checks out. If you charge $50 a round and have a 50% for the entire year, that includes the winter during the off season, you have a 50% capacity rate where you're filling the tee times 50% of the time, and you charge $50 a tee time. It's about $750,000 a year just in tee times. So obviously, if you can get that up to like say 75%, you're looking at an additional 375K a year. So now you're talking a little over $1 million. That doesn't include any concessions, range balls, just any of those things. But I'm just thinking about looking into it. Maybe, just sending out some feeler emails and see what happens. And let me know if anyone's interested in, like, maybe if I am able to kind of come up with something, maybe turning it into a series. Just like the video or leave a comment down below with your thoughts, if it's something that people would be interested in watching, because I'm just looking at some different content to be able to make, and it's an interest that I have. On top of that, the two golf courses that I'm referring to, that there's two golf courses that are just not in great condition. There's another course where the ownership group has been trying to sell it like on and off. They can't make up their mind because it's owned by like several different family members. So maybe that's another course. That one's in significantly better condition and in a prime area. So it's going to be 2 to 3 times probably as much as the other two courses would be. So trying to start with the smaller courses, maybe try targeting the 9-hole course. I mean, it's got dirt in the fairways and beat up greens. And I think if someone just got in there and, put a little effort into renovating it and making sure there's actual grass fairways and some decent roughs and the greens were in good shape, I think that you could really turn it into a successful course, especially with the area that it's in and how populated it is around the area that in the metropolitan area that I live in. But not to go too deep into that, I do feel like a lot of golf courses can spruce up their look a little bit by just maybe adding some flowers, throwing down some mulch, like just doing some simple things to just renovate the course. But there's also a lot of ideas I have to bring in. Both of the two courses, though, their layouts they're not optimized. You could definitely, like, the one course is a 9-hole course that's made up of 2 par 4s, a par 5 that has a 90-degree dog leg right. That's only like maybe 350 yards total, and the rest are par 3s. You could turn that course into a 12-hole par 3 course, not like a chip and putt. Like, all the par 3s would be 120 to 230 yards long. Put in like 5 different tee boxes for different lengths. You could really make that a nice course. It has a really nice driving range that if you can make a 2-tier driving range. You could put simulator screens in some of the driving range bays. They have a nice practice area. It's just, I feel like some of these courses, the owners just didn't put the effort and time in, and maybe they just don't want to or don't have the money to at the moment to do that. But it's been consistently like this for at least the last 5 years. So it's not just new as of late. But I might just throw some inquiries out there. Kind of interested. I got some ideas on what I would do for course designs for those specific places, some other ways to make money. So the one course I play at a lot, that I've said before, they offer a 5 for 7, an hour and a half before sunset. So if sunset's at 6:30 in the middle of the summer, for example, between 6:30 and 8 you can be on the course. It's $7 to play the first 5 holes of the course. You don't need a tee time. You just show up, you wait in line behind everyone else, and you go out and play. And it's a way to get more people on the golf course throughout the day, get more tee times booked, and just get more people playing. I feel like a lot of golf courses could utilize something like that. Some of the golf courses don't have great like vending options. They have just like roller dogs and like maybe small drink selections. But it's just an idea, something that I might be interested in pursuing. But I'd be interested to hear. Just let me know in the comments, like the video, if you think that it's something that people would be interested in watching and kind of following along to. So as I wrap up the end of this episode here, I appreciate everyone watching episode 6. Check back in early next week for episode 7.